So the Oppo Find X8 and Find X8 Pro arrive in Byyyeeeee with the hefty burden of pretty sky-high expectations, as they're the first Oppo flagships to actually bother coming out here since the Find X5 series. But thankfully, on paper at least, the Find X8 Pro sounds like an absolute banger. It's powered by MediaTek's swagger-worthy Dimensity 9400 and boasts some spooge-worthy specs like a near 6000 mAh battery and a clever quad 50meg camera setup. I've had my SIM secreted inside of the Oppo Find X8 Pro for this past fortnight to find out just how ruddy good it really is. So here's my full Find X8 Pro review, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now, like pretty much all flagships in 2024, the Find X8 Pro is a near 6.8-inch behemoth, weighing in at 215 grams. So it's a bit of a biggin. And unlike the regular Find X8, the Pro model has a screen that's sloped ever so slightly on all four edges, kind of similar to some recent Xiaomi flagships, etc. And thankfully, the only time I had any issues with screen sensitivity was one time when I was trying to take a photo with the camera app down at ground level. For some reason, it wasn't liking it. But apart from that, my flabby, palmy bits and fingers haven't intruded on that display when I've been trying to do stuff. And this right here is, of course, the pearl white model with that unique streaky finish. Got to admit, slightly looks like someone just absolutely spattered their load all over it, but it's unique. And I can see some people taken against that Cosmos Ring camera, as it is approximately the same size as an East London bedsit. Me though, gotta say, don't really mind it. It only pokes a wee bit out of that back end, just good enough to use as a finger shelf if you're trying to operate this thing one-handed. And I swear, that back end never seems to get mucky, no matter how greasy or grimy your mitts are. Absolutely zero signs of any scratching on that or the metal edging, while the front is covered with a pre-installed screen protector. As for water and dust resistance, well, the Oppo Find X8 Pro is IP69 rated rather than the regular IP68, so not only can it be fully submerged in water for a short period, but it's also completely spurt-proof, which I can 100% verify. Now, what about the software situation here on the Oppo Find X8 Pro? Well, what you've got here is the latest, freshest ColorOS 15 based on Android 15. It's a very similar experience to what you'll find on those OnePlus phones with Oxygen OS 15, which I already banged on about at great length in a separate video. You've got yourself an optical in-display fingerprint sensor, which has given me absolutely bugger all jip this past couple of weeks. Just seems to do its job remarkably well. And it is, of course, backed by a bit of face unlock if you find your hands are particularly grubby. Again, swift to respond and seems to work well even in pretty dark conditions. And oh yes, you've got the old alert slider slapped on the edge here, which certainly gets the spurt of approval. If, unlike me, you've got yourself a proper job with actual colleagues who you have meetings with, rather than just a cat who you occasionally talk at, or when you go into one of these meetings, just a quick flick of your thumb and your phone is silenced, no fumbling around in menus or whatever. I gotta say, my favourite part of ColorOS is just how smooth everything feels. Even little things like just waking it up just feels, again, those transitions and animations. Oh! However, this all said, a couple of times this past fortnight, the Find X8 Pro has had a bit of a funny turn, like it smashed just a few too many breakfast tequilas. I'm talking the kind of almighty wobblers that requires a hard reboot to actually sort out. So a couple of times Google services just seem to have frozen up a bit. I was in Maps once and it just refused to let me actually search for anything. So yeah, it's completely fallen on its arse and refusing to do anything, basically. But thankfully it was rare enough that it wasn't too perturbing, and hopefully future updates will sort this out pretty pronto. And of course, as you would expect from a flagship phone these days, or should I say as you would expect from an Android flagship phone these days, you've got loads of good AI stuff crammed in here. All of the obligatory shenanigans like good old Gemini, of course, and a good bit of circle to search action. But one of my absolute favourite AI tools here on the Oppo Find X8 Pro is definitely AI Summary. So say you're in a web page that you don't have time to read because, you know, it's valuable drinking time. This will scan the entire web page in a matter of 2 or 3 seconds and then give you a summary of the main points. Now, I've seen this sort of summarization feature built into web browsers like Samsung's own web browser before, but on the Find X8 Pro it works even in the likes of Google Chrome. I'm slightly less bothered about all of the AI portrait shenanigans, which I still think is utterly pointless. So for instance, apparently this is me as a mecha boy. Yeah, I wish. If AI could give me hair like that, I'd be really bloody happy. And this is apparently me as a disco god. Again, that goddamn hair, man. So freaking jealous. And as always, love the mindfulness features that are packed into ColorOS as well, the likes of Zen Space, for instance. Pretty good if you want to tell everything to just bugger right off and leave you alone. And I think people's expectations are definitely improving when it comes to software updates as well. They expect to get years of use out of their blower, not just 1 or 2. And the good news is that Oppo is generously offering 5 OS updates, that's all the way up to Android 20. My feeble brain is doing maths right. And 6 whole years of security patching as well. So certainly one of the more generous offerings out there, just outside of the likes of Google. As for that 6.78-inch OLED screen, well, it's a proper good one, as you would kind of hope from a top-end flagship. Everything looks pin-sharp thanks to the 1264 by 2780 pixel resolution, and this panel is easily bright enough to use when you're out and about, even if you're watching something pretty murky. And if you happen to be a bit sensitive to OLED screens, well, you got 2160Hz PWM dimming. In fact, my only real complaint with this screen is I was hoping it would be a bit more responsive when it gets wet, kind of similar to the Nord 4, for instance, a considerably cheaper smartphone. But unfortunately, if it has been rained on, then it bulks up the sensitivity completely. And no complaints really on the audio front, besides the usual complete lack of a headphone jack. Those stereo speakers are proper beefy, nice and loud and clear on that top volume. You got all the codec support you'd expect, the Bluetooth chops are solid. Haven't had any issues when I've been connected to a wide range of headphones, earbuds, speakers, etc. these past couple of weeks. As for the performance, well, the Oppo Find X8 Pro runs off of MediaTek's Big Bollocks flagship Dimensity 9400 chipset, one of the big rivals to Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite. To further aid the performance, you've got Oppo's Trinity engine ticking away in the background. This is an algorithm which basically monitors all the processors, all the apps which are running, kicks any right in the knackers if it decides that they don't need to run in the background, just to free up a bit of memory, keep things running super smoothly. And sure enough, those silky ColorOS animations, plus the fast display refresh, plus the excellent performance, all adds up to the kind of smooth UI experience that requires multiple pant changes. As for the gaming experience on here, well, even with really intensive titles like Wuthering Waves, it's been absolutely stunning. Even with all the graphics settings maxed out, that frame rate never noticeably dips below the maximum level. So the Dimensity 9400 certainly seems to be just as strong as that Snapdragon 8 Elite for a proper session on memory guzzlers like Genshin and Wuthering. The visuals are proper lush, the audio is fantastic. And of course, you've got a full-on dedicated cooling system crammed inside of that gorgeous chassis, including all of the usual shenanigans. Bit of vapor chamber action, some graphene sheeting, thermal gel to help shift that heat to where it needs to go, etc, etc. So even if you're running around smacking 10 bells out of hapless wildlife for well over an hour, you shouldn't see any slowdown at all, and that Find X8 Pro never gets more than slightly warm. A significant improvement over the old Dimensity 9300. And yes, the ColorOS gaming toolbar is a bit of a banger with various performance modes. You can fast access your streaming services to provide your own soundtrack, tweak the screen brightness if you want to give it a bit of a boost. Loads of other bits stuffed away in there as well. I particularly like the championship mode, which is a kind of all-encompassing boost the performance and make sure nobody bloody distracts me while I'm getting my game on type of fare. So quite a glowing review so far, you might have noticed, and I'm not going to stop gushing when it comes to the battery life either. You've got a 5910 mAh capacity cell crammed inside of this thing. It's silicon carbon technology. And the biggest test for the Find X8 Pro was certainly the day in India where we visited the Taj Mahal. We staggered up well before 6 AM, didn't get to bed until 2 AM the following day, so a full 20 hours up and about. I absolutely rinsed the Find X8 Pro, especially the camera. I took hundreds of photos, probably about an hour of footage. And that's on top of all of the hours and hours of music streaming, etc, in the bus ride there and back. And despite all of this, the Find X8 Pro was still very much alive when I finally launched myself back into bed with several whiskies gurgling in my belly, albeit only just alive. I think it was at around sort of 7%. Whereas most regular days, I happily end with around sort of 30% battery life. And if you take it a bit easier on this thing, you'll easily make it through a full weekend away. And again, it's hard to really moan and gripe when it comes to the recharging speeds. You've got 80 watt wired charging on this bad boy, so under an hour At the plug, you'll have a full charge even if it's completely drained. And the wireless charging's pretty bloody nippy too. Bit of 50-watt air VOOC action, as long as you've got a supported charger, of course. And last up for this Oppo Find X8 Pro review, let's have a good old gander at that quad 50 meg camera setup. And for those interested in the technical details, you've got a 23mm primary shooter using Sony's LYT-808 sensor. You've also got a 15mm ultra-wide angle shooter using Samsung's ISOCELL JN5. And then if we hop into the periscope zoom, you've got a 73mm option using a Sony IMX882 sensor. And then finally a 135mm shooter using Sony's IMX858. All deeply fascinating stuff, of course, but the most interesting aspect of the camera setup here is the fact you've got a dedicated camera button up top, very similar to what you'll find on those latest iPhones. It's not a full-on dedicated physical button, it only depresses ever so slightly, but you've got a good bit of haptic feedback chucked in there. It's good enough to proper fool your brain. This is good enough to proper fool my brain, which admittedly isn't saying much. Now with a double tap of this, you can launch the old camera app, then of course you just push it in again to take a photo. You can also swipe your finger left and right to zoom in and out, and that surface is a bit more sensitive than on the iPhone's button, which makes the zoom in feel a bit smoother. Although just like on the iPhone, the positioning isn't ideal. I'd have much preferred the button to be about an inch further to the right. Hey ho, can't have everything, and hey, unlike the iPhone, look, you can actually hold your finger on the button to burst shoot. And this is pretty ruddy nippy as well, if not quite as swift as those Sony Xperias. You can capture 7 photos a second if you hold down the shutter, up to 50 frames max. If your subject is in motion, you'll usually get clean results as long as the lighting isn't total trouser, although I did get some blurry pics in softer lighting. The Hypertone image engine handles post-shot processing with an emphasis on natural looking images, rather than overly bright and bold pics like you get with some flagships. You can certainly expect quite realistic contrast in HDR scenes. Those darker elements aren't boosted, while at the same time lighter elements are packed with detail and accurately coloured. Tones usually remain kind of consistent as you swap lenses, despite Oppo slapping a whole bunch of different sensors in there. Things do get a bit warmer when you zoom in, but nothing too jarring. And that pair of zoom lenses serves up crisp, detail-packed results when you're punching in over the middle distance, while the AI sharpening, which kicks in at the 10x zoom level, does a remarkable job when lighting is good, until around the sort of 25 to 30x zoom mark. After that, things do start to get rather fuzzy and blurry, especially at night. I've got to say, I think the Find X8 Pro offers one of the better zoom cameras of recent memory. This phone's Hasselblad portrait mode does an absolutely smashing job using the 3x zoom lens. Typically, this can accurately identify your subject at a distance and cleanly blur the background for gorgeous results. Apart from this one time where I tried shooting a black dog and the Find X8 Pro completely shagged it over and over again. Bollocks. You've also got some portrait smarts with the selfie cam, and again they're pretty decent. It's not a bad shooter at all, with the caveat that you will need to stay still in more ambient conditions. And of course you've got all those cracking AI photo editing tools slapped on here as well, which really do help out. Like sort of the reflection remover and the good old AI eraser, of course, which is remarkably good at eliminating other humans from existence. If only it was this easy in real life. But the truly remarkable feature of the Oppo Find X8 Pro's camera tech is the video recording, because you can capture 4K footage with Dolby Vision HDR support at 60 frames per second across all of these lenses. Including, yes, even the selfie shooter. In fact, I'm recording 4K HDR 60 frames per second footage right now. Switching between lenses as you record your 4K 60 frames per second fancy pants footage is a swift and snappy experience, although mercifully not too jarring. But when you do zoom in a ways, it can be quite tricky to keep the camera trained on your subject, certainly if you're moving and recording at the same time. However, the Find X8 Pro's stabilization does an absolutely stunning job of eliminating bob and keeping the picture pretty smooth and still. The visual quality is spectacular, as long as you're not battling that light, and the audio is clearly picked up from all directions with particularly crisp vocals, so overall, absolutely banging. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a tasty wee nutshell is my full final frank review of the Oppo Find X8 Pro, and as you can probably tell, endless gushing from my good self. Hands down, one of the best smartphones of 2024, so good I've run out of absolutely glowing adjectives to describe it. I've also run out of stain-free pants. That's what this bald northern git reckons anyway, but what do you think? Are you tempted by the Oppo Find X8 Pro? Or maybe you want to save a bit of cash, go for that Find X8 instead? Well, I have done a full side-by-side comparison of the two, so definitely go check that out for more on the regular Find X8. Definitely let us know your lovely thoughts down in the comments below. Please do poke, subscribe, and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech, and have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everyone, love you!